Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to Christmas in April, where we'll all be creating something Christmas. It can be a layout, which I'm going to be doing, or it can be cards for next Christmas, or whatever else you need to do. Anyway, I'm going to scrap this picture of my great niece Peyton, and it is on Christmas Eve. That picture is. And I'm using this collection, Photoplay Little Chef, that my friend Kimberly sent to me. It's so cute for little kids. I'm going to use those dies there, and then I'm going to use that retro oven from Tim Holtz that my friend Debbie gave me. So I got some really cute stuff to use for this layout. I'm not exactly sure how I feel about the end result of what I put together, but I had fun doing it. That's what's important. I mixed that Photoplay Little Chef with Norbert and Ella's Christmas party from Photoplay. The colors were the same. So, yeah, I mixed them so I could have Christmas and still have something to do with food because Peyton is cooking. This is the retro oven, and I thought about my first instinct was to do it as the photo on the front of the die showed. And then I got to thinking, I'll do a princess one. I'll do some princess towers, castle towers above the stove. Well, then I thought, I'm supposed to be making this more Christmassy. So I will be using something Christmas on the top instead. I cut the stove out twice and I started to put it together without the goodies that go inside. So I had to lift it up a little bit and tuck them in. I used that media film, and it's supposed to cut in like crickets and silhouettes really good. But I've had it a long time, and all I've used it for is, I guess, shaker boxes. I can't remember anything else. I might have used it on a window sometime or another, but I don't know. I can't remember because I might have grabbed something different because it was closer. This little die set is just so cute. It has little buttons on there. Well, knobs. It has knobs. And they go all the way across and are just so tiny and cute. It's a good thing it's like all one die. It has the little circles, and they do have like a little notch sticking up, and the the little turning part on the button or knob actually fits right into it. It has all these extra details. There's the little burners, and it doesn't have four, don't really have room for four to show the dimension on here, but it does have the two. Then it has this cutest little gauge. I guess it's to show how hot your oven is. I'm not sure. It is retro. It looks a lot like the ones we have nowadays, but different. And so I had to make sure I put adhesive on that white paper and put everything on top, made sure I had everything, because if I just piled them in over there in that little tray. But isn't it just the cutest little thing? It said like 12 pieces on the envelope for the dies, but you get the little piece that has four, well, no, it's five little circles and five little teeny tiny ovals on there. It's more pieces than 12, but it's 12 dies. Now, I don't know if I mentioned I cut the actual stove part off twice and then cut the top part off, and I'm not using it at all. I wanted the dimension on the oven, but also wanted to make the little shaker card, so I needed the space to make it. And here's some more details. Two of these little strips go down there, and I'm thinking, where does the third one go? And I looked over at the picture, and first I didn't see it. I was putting the two on and trying to look over there while I was doing it, but then I did. So I do have a home for it, but it is the last piece. And like I said, the reason it's the last piece to go on there, I wasn't sure where to put it. These two pieces were actually, if you looked at the picture, they were the same color as the pink going across there, only it was like a chrome or something. See, I was still looking there. I did figure it out, though. Yeah, I was a little on the iffy side even when I was actually putting it on there. But everything went on there, so I am glad of that. And it turned out so adorable. I mean, just so cute. And oh, this is the circle that was cut out for the window. Only I cut an extra one out in this color, but it's the exact same size. And like I said, I'm going to make this Christmassy up there on top. But I'm not sure if I like it as well as I liked it in my head. But I went ahead and did it. I kept going and got my Christmas in April done. Um, these candy canes, they came from Amazon. And although I have candy cane dies, they did not have a left and right. And I just glanced at it and thought it had a left and right. No, it does not. So that's why I have the bone folder going over the pieces. On the back, you know how it has like the cut marks kind of standing up and it doesn't look as good as the front? Well, I take the bone folder and smooth over it. And then it looks more like a cut file, but it don't have the cut pieces sticking straight up. And yeah, I got excited for nothing, but I do have two different sizes here, and neither one are the sizes of the other couple of candy canes that I have. So I do have a variety of sizes and like that. And it cuts out the top and the bottom too. Not all of them do. I have to fussy cut. I am using my white gel pen and putting highlights on there. And I'm still going to make one more thing to go with this. Um, but yeah, don't they look kind of funny on top there? I debated whether taking it apart and leaving it or not. Because yeah, it just does not look as good as it did in my head. This little die set here is from Spellbinders and it's Eekaboo. And you can make Halloween costumes. But of course, I like using it throughout the year for other stuff. I cut um, well, I haven't cut the arms off yet. I am doing it now, I believe, though. And I did make the body red because on the photo, Peyton's pants are red and then her top and her shoes are white. So I'm trying to, mimic that on my little figure that I'm going to use. Now, Peyton was like 2 years old here, and this was at my sister's house, and this is her granddaughter. And I took the one picture, and her papa decided he was going to get in there. He was photobombing her photos, and there's like a opening on the little oven kitchenette thing there, and he'd stick his head right up in there. And so I have some pretty good outtakes of him doing that. So the pocket page is going to go next to it. It'll probably be like a 9 by 12 or 6 by 12, and just have a couple of those. Some of them aren't as good. It seemed like my camera focused more on him. I must have had it pointed more to him because he was acting so silly and she was ignoring him. I mean, just like he wasn't even there. But she looked adorable playing with that kitchenette set. She was really checking it out. I The top she has on has like a ruffle on the bottom, so I decided to do two different parts and have them both kind of flare out a little bit because it's kind of like what it looks like in the photo. And it does have long sleeves, but because of course it's Christmas Eve and it's kind of cool. And her arms are, her arms, the little paper doll's arms are sticking downward. And I wanted them sticking up like she was grabbing the stove with all the cookies and goodies in there. And if you notice on the picture, there is a chocolate chip cookie there because she wanted some food to go with her little kitchen there. Real food. Because they already had some dishes and stuff that they played with at my sister's house. So she had something she could have used, but she really wanted real food. Um, oh, This little die set does not actually come with a neck. I always put one on there just so that I don't have to put the two pieces separately down on my scrapbook. So I just freehand cut it. And since the head is made to face forward and I'm going to have it facing backward, I wanted to make hair, and it kind of made it, well, I'm making it kind of on the blonde side because Peyton's hair is blonde, but I made it just a little bit longer than her hair would be, but it's still on the short side. And then I took the stylus and drew some lines in there. And when I did that, the holes from the eyes debossed on the hair. So I had to turn it over and straighten them back out a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and use my white gel pen on it so it won't be quite as noticeable. But it didn't take long to make this little thing. But I thought, man, she's still pretty short. She's only like 2 years old in the photo. So she is short. But I thought I'll make her just a little bit taller by making a little stool. And I used that piece there. I cut it earlier trying to see how big I needed it. And then instead of doing it again, I decided I would just go ahead and use the one I had cut. And then I used the punch to make the little stool's legs, and I'm just going to glue it straight to the oven. I am going to off center her because I want it to be able to see that there is 5 knobs there on the oven instead of just 4, and because her head's going to cover it if I don't move it over just a wee bit. And I figured she wouldn't get it dead center anyway if she was scooting the stool up there to look at all the goodies that were in the oven. But since I knew this was going to take a while, I went ahead and done a few things on the layout itself ahead of time. I used both papers from both of the Photoplay collections, the one that Kimberly gave me and Norbert and Ella. I think that's what it is. Christmas party. So the little chef in this. And like I said, they match so well. The background there on the left is the Christmas one, but I'm gonna pull um, a die cut, and it says, "Real cooking is more about following your heart than following recipes." Anyway, it has the same pattern that the one on the left is that came from the Christmas. So I thought that was pretty cool because they matched even better than I thought they would. But that plaid paper was my favorite and all them. Well, there was more than one that was a favorite, but that one definitely was. So I wanted to use it on the layout first. Well, the first layout that I was doing with this collection. And then, like I said, I was tickled those two things matched. But hadn't even started on the layout, and I thought, I think they will go together. So of course, I had to go in there and check right then. I couldn't wait till I got ready to do the layout. But yeah, they go together real well. And looking at that title up there, I used the mini varsity from Memory Box for the little words. I think I'll probably end up going back and moving it up just a little bit and maybe to the left to have it nestle in there better. I don't know what I was thinking. I usually like nestling better than that. It seems so far apart from the word sweet, but the title is Sweet Little Chef. I fussy cut that heart out and put foam tape behind it, and I was just going to put it straight down, and I thought, I've made sure I laid that twine out there so I wouldn't forget to use it. I have laid it out before, but it's a little farther to the side, and I happened to see it laying over there, and so it actually made it on the layout. And I'm just going to go through the main part of the layout with it and come up on the other side of the words, well, this side of the word sweet. Consider I'm on this side on the layout, or was anyway. You never know how well the words are going to match the video or not. Sometimes it does really well, and other times not quite so much. I'm just using the Art Institute glitter glue for it and to put it down. And yeah, I love that stuff. It dries really quick and it's thin, and you got the little tips you can put on there too, which I definitely love. I'm putting the two smaller candy canes over on the right hand side, and then I took one of the bows from the bow die set that I showed. Well, it's not a bow die set. I totally spoke wrong there. It's ones I've accumulated over the years. They came in another die set collection, but I like them all in one spot so I can find them easier. Now, there were several phrase stickers in there I wanted to make sure I used. I wanted to use the word yum. And yeah, it went several places on the layout before it made it where it ends up. And then cooking with grandma because she's at my sister's house and uh, cooking. And then Christmas Eve because it is Christmas Eve. And the stickers, there was that cupcake and it is just as cute as it can be. And I plan on using some of those little peppermint pieces at the end. I thought I'd put a couple on there. But I did remember the cookie in the picture. So I looked to see if there was a chocolate chip cookie on the sticker page, and there was. So yeah, it's going on there too. So they won't miss out. And which paper is it? Oh, the confetti paper on the back of it is piping, I don't know, piping bag. That's what they're called. And so I cut a few out and I ended up using the one with the same coloring as icing on the cupcake. Looking at the layout now, I'm thinking I could have just used half of that cookie. I could have tucked it where it looked like it was tucked into the banner, which I cut to match the one on the paper on the right hand side, and save the other half. But no, I put the whole thing on there. But that's it. That's my layout. Make sure you go down there and check for the links to everybody else that is doing Christmas in April and see if they made a layout or if they're actually working on cards or something else. But yeah, something Christmassy the 25th of every month. So lots of fun. And this is my completed layout. And yeah, I had fun making it, even if I'm not exactly 100% sure with the top on the stove. But you will notice that Peyton's does have something on top. It is a castle, but it is on top. And there's my two candy canes with the bow, and of course the cute little heart. And there's my little Yum Cooking with Grandma Christmas Eve thing with the adorable stickers and fussy cut piece. They went all so good together. And here's the um, paper piece creation here. And yeah, that little Eekaboo paper doll is just so cute and you can do so much with it. But yeah, I think the title, the bottom part of the title needs to go up and like I said, maybe to the left a little bit. It seems too far away. But if you leave a comment down there below, I'll try to get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. And those of you already are, thank you so very much. Have a happy scrappy week. Have fun on the hop. Bye.